This video is brought to you by SoccerPro.com. Be sure to visit SoccerPro.com for all the latest soccer gear at everyday low prices with no membership fees. Don't forget to use coupon code SR4U at checkout for $10 off a $75 purchase, plus free shipping within the US. Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you an unboxing plus on-feet video of the brand new Nike Premier. Now this is technically a top-end model from Nike, but it does not include a string bag or any extras inside of the box other than the shoes themselves, as you guys can see. So I'll get this box out of the way, and if you guys could take a second to leave a like on the video, it would be greatly appreciated. So here is a look at the all-new Nike Premier, and I know the question that a lot of people are going to have is the Nike Premier replacing the Nike Tiempo Legend 4? And the answer to that question is no. It's going to run alongside the Tiempo Legend 4 as another top-end model from Nike, and basically the intent of the Nike Premier is to compete with the Adidas Copa Mundial, which is perhaps the most iconic shoe of all time. Now you're probably asking yourself, why would I buy a Nike Premier over a proven shoe like the Copa Mundial? And there's actually a couple reasons as to why you might consider the Nike Premier. The first reason being price. The Copa retails at around $120 US, whereas the Nike Premier is going to come in at around $100 to $90, even cheaper if you use some of the SR4U coupon codes down below in the description. So overall, it is a very affordable shoe, especially considering the quality of the shoe itself, being that it is a full kangaroo leather upper. The second reason, and this is probably the biggest reason for me why I think a lot of people will consider the Nike Premier, is that it weighs a lot less than the Copa. The Copa is a shoe that was built 30 years ago, if not longer, and basically that shoe weighs in somewhere around 12 ounces, which isn't heavy. It's heavy in comparison to most modern shoes, whereas the Nike Premier weighs in much more close to what a modern soccer shoe will weigh in at, somewhere around the 9 to 10 ounce mark, and we'll actually throw it on the scale a little bit later in the video. So for those two major reasons, that's why I really feel like the Nike Premier is going to take a significant chunk out of the Copa sales, because it is really a solid shoe for the price range. Now, as far as styling goes, as far as I know anyways, it's going to be available in only one colorway, which is what I have here. Pretty much plain old black and white, which I personally don't mind. I really like that look. There is a little bit of orange on the insole as well as the inside of the liner under the tongue, as you guys can see, but for the most part all the visible areas of the shoe are very plain old black and white. Full black upper, black tongue, black laces, black studs. You do have your one little white piece here on the tongue to give it kind of somewhat of a unique look. You do have your very old school looking Nike swoosh that wraps all the way around both sides. You can see it says estimated 1972 here on the back, which is kind of a cool little touch. Features a white TPU plastic sole plate with your etched in Nike swoosh, and the studs themselves, like I mentioned, are in all black, as you can see. So very simple styling. There's nothing too crazy going on. The upper itself is also fairly straightforward. It's almost full kangaroo leather. As far as I can tell, the kangaroo leather spans from right about here, excluding of course this little kind of heel piece right there. That's all synthetic as far as I know. Spans all the way around this area, the entire forefoot and toe box, and then I think that this little cutoff point right there is where the kangaroo leather ends. It ends up being a synthetic material. It still feels very, very leather-like, but just keep in mind that this is the majority of the kangaroo leather, which is not a bad thing. This is pretty much a full kangaroo leather shoe. It has all the softness and quality you would expect from a high-end soccer shoe. And overall, it's going to be one of the nicest leather soccer shoes that you can buy in that particular price range. As far as I can tell, the tongue itself is synthetic. It does feature a memory foam insert, almost like a Kangalite synthetic or something like that. But again, it matches the thickness of the rest of the shoe, so I'm not really complaining. It does not have any kind of giant flap like you'll find on the Copa, which again is something that I feel like a lot of people will prefer over having that giant flap. I think it's just kind of outdated now. Central lacing system, not too surprising there. You have a full suede heel liner and ankle collar area, which is really, really nice. Nice and soft, nice amount of padding, and does a good job of keeping your heel locked in place. As far as the insole goes, it reminds me very much of the Mizuno Morelli insole in that it features kind of like a carpet material on top. It's a little bit rough, but it's designed to cling your socks. So when you are kind of moving around, making these hard cuts and lateral movements, your foot won't slide around on the inside of the shoe. So definitely a good idea, or not necessarily an idea, but a good kind of inclusion on Nike's part. It's pretty much just your straightforward foam insole. It's got a good thickness to it as well, so you will get some pretty good cushioning out of it, providing a nice comfortable feel. And as far as the sole plate goes, It's very much similar to what you're going to find on the Tiempo Legend. It's full TPU. You do have these little kind of teeth here at the end, similar to what you're going to find on all of the modern shoes from Nike. It's kind of a nice little inclusion. Doesn't really do all that much, but it's cool that they do include it on this particular shoe. And the studs themselves, again, it's a similar layout to what you're going to find on the Tiempo Legend. Pretty much all conical studs. You don't have your blades in the heel like you would on the Legend. Instead, they're conical studs, and they are a little bit shorter than what you're going to find on that model as well. But you can see the studs, they have a slightly narrower kind of circumference than what you're going to find on a pair of Copas or even the Legends, and the reason for that is so they penetrate the ground a little bit more easily and just allow for better grip overall. So again, very interested to see how this does perform. It doesn't feel overly thick. You got plenty of flexibility here, and overall it's just a very attractive looking shoe in my opinion. Great quality, and there's really not too many faults that I can point out just from first impressions, of course. So that's pretty much it as far as the unboxing portion of this video goes, and move on to a quick weigh-in so you can see how lightweight these guys are. One of the reasons why so many people are afraid of the Copa is that it does actually weigh a lot more than your average modern soccer shoe. So that's one of the benefits of the Nike Premier, in that it does have kind of a more modern build about it while still maintaining the classic elements, making it a much more lightweight shoe than the Copa Mundial. So I'm going to weigh this pair for you today in real time. Keep in mind this is a brand new pair in a size 9.5 US. We're going to throw it on the scale, and you can see that these guys weigh in at a very lightweight 8.7 ounces, which is actually even lighter than the Tiempo Legend 4, making this a very attractive option for anybody looking for a relatively lightweight feel while still maintaining a very soft and comfortable fitting shoe. So that's pretty much it as far as the weigh-in portion of this video goes. I'm going to move on to a quick on feet so you can get a better idea as to how these shoes fit and what the sizing is like. Alright, here's a look at the Nike Premiers on feet, and from right out of the box, I have to say this shoe feels absolutely incredible. There aren't many shoes on the market that feel like this anymore, and again, the other shoe that I would compare it to in terms of comfort would definitely be the Copa Mundial. The leather is extremely soft and flexible from right out of the box. I have the ability to freely wiggle my toes. You can see how soft the leather itself is, and it actually fits really, really well. It has more of a modern shape than the Copa Mundial, which I feel is a little bit more pointed in the toe box area. But for the most part, this is a shoe that's pretty much going to fit everybody, given that you get the proper size. Now, normally I would wear a size 9 US in most Nike models, other than, of course, the CTR 360 line. And I would say that sizing-wise, the Premier runs just like the CTR 360 line. Instead of wearing my usual size 9 US, I had to bump it up to a size 9.5. And the fit in the length is absolutely perfect, as you guys can see. I really wouldn't recommend going true to size. I would go up a half size from other Nike models, other than, of course, the CTR 360 line. As far as width goes, you can see that there is plenty of width in the shoe itself. It doesn't have an overly tight fit through the midfoot, so if you do have slightly wider feet, you shouldn't have any issues at all fitting into this particular model. And I'm sure that you will get plenty of stretch out of the upper itself, because it is such a soft kangaroo leather. So that's pretty much it as far as the on-feet portion of this video goes, and I'll leave you to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my unboxing plus on-feet video of the brand new Nike Premier. I'm going to get to testing these right away and hopefully should have the review up in the next couple of weeks or so. In the meantime, if you want to check out the review page on my website, you can find a direct link to that down below in the description, where you will find buy it now links with the best prices online, including exclusive SR4U coupon codes to get you some additional discounts if you are interested in ordering a pair of these for yourself. I'm also thinking about doing a playtest on this shoe. Let me know your thoughts on that down below in the comments. If you guys have any questions, again, leave a comment down below. And if you did enjoy the video, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest soccer gear. Links to all of my social media can be found down below in the description. And other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.